the Springdale Public Schools Education Foundation. Our mission is to promote the highest quality of education in the Springdale schools by supporting the teaching process, providing additional educational resources, and engaging a broad base of community support. Building a foundation is a big job. It takes dedicated people to make it work. We think of them as our cornerstones.
They wouldn't be the same if they weren't together.
They have a legacy that comes with Springdale schools.
Charles and Karen both have made an enormous contribution to the school district over time. They're just Springdale kids who grew up here. They know what our school system's all about. And I think perhaps they know as well as anyone that it's important that we take care of our kids. And I've seen the two of them invest, not just as teachers, but personally, to help every child be successful in the Springdale School District.
They're the type of people that when you look back and look at the culture and the history of Springdale High School, I mean, they're bedrocks. They're part of that foundation.
You see a lot of guys, they get into their career and their objective is to come back home and coach. Well, there for a while, I got to wondering if I need to go somewhere else and coach so I can come back home, but I wouldn't do it any other way.
You know, when you take over a program that's been successful, that's had a guy in place for a number of years that just does it the right way, always puts a good product on the floor, those are big shoes to fill, especially the character, you know, of a man that continues to just pour out in the community. So yeah, it's big shoes to fill. He's led our men's ministry. He's the type, he'll be teaching and he goes into basketball coach mode and he'll kick the lectern and say, "Come on, Lyle, let's get fired up, come on." and it's great, he holds your attention. He's been in the community for 100 years and he'll laugh at that, but you know, and it's just, he's always given to that, to the school, the community. You know, even, you know, growing up as a kid, everybody knew Coach Smith.
He's got that unique personality, that soul about him that kids magnetize to him. They are attracted because he brings enjoyment to them.
To me, he's everything that Springdale is about, the tradition, the culture. To me, he's Springdale basketball as well.
I've never met a more fun-spirited, wonderful soul as Charlie Smith. Just magic. He lights the room up.
You know, in this business, it's such a roller coaster ride, and you know, you have to have people, you know, that you're connected to that can give you words of encouragement, that can kick you in the seat of the pants when you need it, and Coach Smith's always been that way for me. When you're down, he always had the right things to say to get you back. When you were on top of the world and felt like you've accomplished something, he was always there to humble you and say, you know, we still got work to do, and I always appreciated that about him.
I cried like a baby the night he told his players in Bentonville that he was retiring as basketball coach. I thought, golly, that's my social life.
What I respect about Karen is she's always been there for him. She's, you know, works the concession stands at ball games. She's always got an encouraging word to say.
Believe it or not, it was a little bit hard because basketball wasn't something that I knew a whole lot about. But I learned to holler at the referees because they always made a mistake.
That's what I was going to mention, one of her favorite pastimes.
She's one of the best cooks you'll ever meet, and anytime she's cooking for something, I want to go. She did a whole bunch of fellowship meals for the church and coordinated that. We're talking 250 people at each meal, and so she really could run a small army pretty easily.
I think her best attribute probably would be her love and care for the students. It's a trait that she's got for people in general, but especially for those little knuckleheads she's trying to teach something to, you know.
They volunteer to be mentors to students in the building. And it wasn't just, I'll come and mentor when I can. They were committed. They came every week. They made relationships with those kiddos. And those kids that they worked with, they excelled. They had relationships. They felt good about what their mentor had done with them at the end of the year. They were very proud and very encouraged by the relationship that they had with them.
Springdale and Springdale people care about Springdale kids, and what a great contribution they've both made over time.